Welcome to part 3 of this little tutorial series on how to import dummy parts with the help of the simple parts loader in My Garage. Last video we set up Visual Studio with all the references we need, and we will just start there where we left off. We have to change something in this references list. You will open it, so the references will be loaded, and you will click on simple part loader, or you will click on the first reference that shows up for you. Scroll all the way to the bottom, and then left shift click on the last. So all of the references will be marked. And down here, this will show up. There will local copy. Local copy. Click on the little empty field, and then click on the arrow, and click false. Let it load for a bit. Now it should be false. So you can just tap out or click on everything or close the references list. We don't need it anymore. Okay, because this is necessary if you want to know it. If you build the DLL you load into the game, so if you build this mod, all of these references will be built too. This is a bit useless. This is for if you build a mod with old references and you still want to use these old references in the future. Even if the games get updated, these references won't change. But you don't need it in My Garage. Or especially you don't need it for creating parts. Next up, you go up here to project and then to project properties. This white screen will show up. Go to build and then go to down here output path. Click on search, and for this we go back to the mods, copy or path again. You do this by clicking here, copying it, go into here, pasting it. Okay, now here should be folder mods. This should show up. Click on select this folder. Bam. Now there should be the mods folder path. Save it with Ctrl S, and now you can up here click on this little X. Bam. Okay. Now if you build the mod, the file won't be built into the folder where the script is located. It will be built directly in the mods folder, so you can, every time you build the mod, you don't have to drag and drop files around. You just can build and start the game and see what you've done. Okay, very good. Next up, you will see there's these variables here. There are your mod ID, your mod's name, your name, and the version number. You need to change them. We will start with the mod ID. The mod ID has to be unique. It's because the game works with these IDs and the auto updater works with these. So if some IDs are the same, the mod updater don't know what to update and not, and maybe can crash your game. So there's a very simple step to avoid getting duplicate IDs with other mods. You make sure these little brackets are still here. You type I do it if I'm typing my name, EF, and then dot, and then my mod's name. In this case, tutorial, and that's it. Because nobody would name their mod ef.tutorial. It's pretty nonsensical to name their mod. That's pretty nonsensical. Just name it your name dot and then the name. Then the name of the mod, you can name it whatever you want. This doesn't have to be unique. You can tutorial or awesome. Wow, tutorial. I'm very tired, so writing isn't my strength right now. Awesome tutorial, then the author name, your name, and the version. Use a number, please. So 1.0, for example, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5. You can count up, and if you just use a number, because numbers are increments. You can increment them to a higher number. This is the point of numbers in version context. Okay. Now you've set up your little mod properties, I guess, your little mod identifiers. Okay, now we go look down here and we see public class 1. And this one is very, yeah, if you create a class in Visual Studio, it will always be called class and then 1, 2, 3, 4, it will always count up. But this is very stupid because if you have class 1, class 2, class 3, you can lose your, you don't know what you're working on and just name it what the script is doing. For example, we click here, right click, rename, and this is the main file of the mod. This is the file the mod uses to load everything into the game. So we call it mod main, because then we click yes, so everything in this document will be renamed. And now we have mod main. We know this file will contains all the code we need that is launched into the game. Okay, and these little voids we don't need right now. These little functions, we can delete them. Bam. So now we have this. Very easy. If you can see up here, if there's a little star next to the file name, Control S, bam, it's gone. Because the star means you changed something in your document. For example, if you can see if I type something, the star will come up. This just means unsafe progress. Always save. Try to save after every line of code. I do it. If you code so much, you're just saving automatically. But I do recommend you save every time you do anything on the script. Okay, now we've set up this little little namespace here. So little class, it's a class, I'm sorry. Namespace is every file. It's not important right now, I'm sorry. Every class, you set up this little class, the mod main class, so you can move on to the next step. The next step is to get the object you want to replace from the game into Blender. So we will do that in the next video. So see you then.